Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Paul Garcia Show. Today, it's my pleasure to be speaking with Kyle and Amy Tagg, the new co-owners and resurrectors of the legendary Green Gables in Hudson, Illinois. Guys, thank you so much for coming on today.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, the pleasure is all mine. So, something we were talking about before we started recording here was I asked you guys, are you co-owners? And you looked at each other and you're like, yeah, well, I'm like, what's going on here? And you told me something very interesting. And Amy, if you could enlighten the viewers on what that was, that'd be great.
Sure. So when we purchased the restaurant from my parents, we switched the ownership. It was a sole proprietor, and that's how my mom and dad had ran it for 30-some years. And we had learned of some tax benefits if we switched to an LLC, which is a limited liability corporation. And specifically, we're like an S Corp, if anybody knows what that is. But there's also tax breaks if you have a woman as the CEO of said LLC. So I am technically the CEO, and Kyle is my
operating
COO.
manager.
Yeah, COO. But if we're, together out in public and we own it together, Yeah, the tag team, we like to call it.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. The tag team. So before we get into Green Gables, tell me, what were you guys doing before you decided to go in on this business?
I was working at State Farm about 2 years, and before that I was a golf professional at the El Paso Golf Club for 10 years. And, State Farm was a good place to be, but I just needed some more interaction. I like the daily, interaction with customers and on my feet moving. So it was more for me. And Amy was also at the bank too. We worked there together.
State Farm Bank.
State Farm Bank.
Oh, I see.
And then she got back into teaching. So
Back into it. You were in it for a while, and then you left, and then you came back?
Yes. So I teach, my degree is business, marketing, and computer education. And I can teach grades, kindergarten through 12th grade. So I'm kind of unique with that. So when I was first teaching, I taught elementary computer classes in smaller districts. And those are also the first positions to get cut. So I got cut from 2 different districts. And so then I kind of just said, okay, this is not great. I should maybe go into something else because I wasn't getting like a stable, consistent job. I'd only have a job for a couple years. So then I went to work for my parents as a full-time manager for a while. And it's great working for your parents part-time, but full-time is difficult sometimes. So I then was like, okay, I would like to become an owner at some point. Like, I love Green Gables. And my parents were like, I really want you to try State Farm and just make sure you've tried every option that you've ever considered before you take ownership, because they were like, it's not an easy job being an owner of a restaurant. So I went to State Farm, actually a little before Kyle did. And that job was great. It had a lot of benefits, but we're both very social people, and being stuck at a desk on the computer all day is not our jam at all. So then... Yeah, I went back to teaching actually because there was an opening at Normal Community High School, and I hadn't taught high school in a long time. So I was like, I'm going to do this. And I love it. I love my job. And then at that time, like a couple of years later, Kyle was the manager at Green Gables after he left State Farm. And then my parents had us run it for a long time. They were pretty smart to do that, right? Because they just got to step back and be owners. So we had to prove ourselves. Finally, in 2021, they're like, all right, you guys can buy it from us. So we got to buy it then. So yeah, I've had a lot of career changes. I always tell my students, I still don't know what I want to do when I grow up, guys. So it's okay not to know.
So you two seem like young people.
Yeah.
How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, I'm 34.
I'm 37.
Okay, got it. And for people that don't know Amy, these are your parents. They owned Green Gables. Did they found Green Gables, or can you tell us maybe more about the history of Green Gables? Because this is a legendary place in the area.
Yeah, so the Green Gables started originally as a gas station out at Lake Bloomington, and the Hinthorn family owned it then. And my grandpa bought it in 1952. And I'm looking at him to make sure I get the dates right because I always want to say 1957, but that's wrong. It's 1952.
1952.
Yeah.
Yep.
And my grandpa owned it forever. My aunt and uncle actually owned it for about 7 years, and then my parents bought it from them. And then my parents had it. I think they bought it in '88, which was the year I was born. So they've had it for 32 years until I bought it from them. So I grew up in it with my parents running it, and my grandpa still like being a part of it as well. Like we always did Tuesday grocery shopping day. That was our day to go and like get all the supplies to fill the grocery shelves. And I always got to go along for that. And I was pretty, young then. So I have good memories of that.
Mm-hmm.
And I got paid in the form of push pops. Do you know what those are? The little Fred Flintstone ones,
Sure. Well,
or
no, push
sherbet
pops.
Ones.
Yeah. The ice cream stuff, right?
Yeah,
Sure,
that was
of
how
course.
they paid me for my work then. So
Yeah. Well, so you said you would stock the grocery shelves.
Mm-hmm.
So this place is part a grocery store. I don't think people that haven't been there, it's not obvious that that's a thing you do for what most people know as a restaurant, a place to eat. So what was that? Was it half of a grocery store and half of a restaurant? And how long was it also a gas station?
I'm not sure the years the gas station came out.
I'm not
I
sure
think my
either.
grandpa pulled the pumps though eventually because there's too many regulations and it just became a huge pain in the butt basically. But I don't know the year on that. However, it was actually more of a grocery store because it was like gas station convenience, and then my grandpa added on and made it more of a grocery store. It did more business as a grocery store when my grandpa had it. And he brought the grill in, and then it started getting more popular. But my parents really made it more of a burger, well-known burger place versus a grocery store. Mainly also because at the time, it was all small grocery stores that it existed. And
Right.
then Cub Foods came in. That was like one of the first big ones in Bloomington. And like bigger chain grocery stores that nobody could compete with. So the grocery sales slowly went down after that. But yeah, so we were like an all-in-one place to stop. You could get grocery, you can get worms to go fishing and other tackle things, and then you can get a burger as well. So
Right. And the burger is what I've heard about at Green Gables more than anything. My dad says it's the best burger he's ever had. And he actually kind of wanted me to ask you about the grill there.
Mm-hmm.
He says that the rumor is that the grill is very old and that's what makes the burgers good. Are the burgers a big deal, and are there any secrets behind the recipe or anything?
we'll never tell.
Yeah, we hear that a lot. You know.
Okay.
No, we're on the third grill.
Yeah, maybe
now the fourth.
maybe more. Yeah, the grill is definitely one of those secrets, that everybody has to come up with a reason why the burgers are so good, and it's just an obvious reason is it's a seasoned grill. I think we got a new grill in 2019, so they only last so long. So it's not quite the secret, but we do season the grill really well, cooking 5-10 pounds of bacon a day on it before any burgers, onions and things like that definitely help. But no, we clean it every night.
Yeah, if you're ever there at closing, you see them scrape it down. It's a shiny new grill each day, so
Right. Okay.
we don't put anything in the meat either. It's just made with love.
Huh. Okay. So are there any secrets to the recipe, or is it just somehow it's good?
We'll never tell.
We do use high quality meat. That's probably key number one. And then just the way you cook it, the smash factor with a hot grill, and all that bacon grease and onion grease coming back up. And we cook a lot of burgers on there too throughout the day, so you get a lot of the flavor, you get a lot of the crust.
Sure.
And pulling it off the grill is key. Actually having a sharp edge spatula where you can dig in and pull it up. And there is, I can't remember the exact science behind it, but there is a factor of burning it and pulling it off before it gets that burnt flavor.
So as to lock in the flavor.
To
or
lock
something
in the
like
flavor. There is a key to it. And you can pull it too early or you can leave it on too long. There is a a window there of time.
A sweet spot.
That sweet spot.
Now, tell me about the fire. There was a recent fire here, and people thought it was the end of Green Gables. And I'm not sure if that is you right away made the decision to take ownership of this place. Tell me about the fire, and tell me about how that went into your decision to take over.
We had already been owners before the fire. We bought it in January of 2021. The fire was May 2022.
Oh, okay. I apologize. I got my timeline mixed up
Yep.
then.
And that's okay.
Great first year of business or so.
Right. So we've always joked and said, like, Green Gables has always been like a cash only business. And we decided in the end of March to partner with Toast, which I don't know if you've ever heard of them, but they do point of sale systems for restaurants. And we started taking cards, debit cards, credit cards, etc. And then Gables burned down a month later. So I don't know if it was just like bad omen or what. Like, we changed too much. I don't know. But that's always the joke. Like, they changed it. And that's like my grandpa saying, no, too much change. No, I don't know. That's just the joke with us. But
Well, so how terrible was the fire then? Was it a big deal to you guys, or and I guess I thought I read an article saying that you guys stepped up and said you're going to reopen it and you had to raise all this money or something. But please, you tell the story. I obviously do not really know my facts very well. Fairbury Furniture in Fairbury, Illinois has added over 7,000 square feet to their showroom, and that means more selection for you. Why wait for your furniture? You can buy anything on the showroom floor and take it home today. So hop in the car and take the short drive to Fairbury Furniture, where customers love their selection, pricing, and their take it home today power. So many Bloomington Normal residents have made Fairbury Furniture their favorite furniture store, just 26 minutes away in downtown Fairbury.
Hurry down to Fairbury Furniture, where the furniture rocks.
If you've been living with an aching back, debilitating imbalances, or any physical discomfort and just want to get back to living a fit and happy life, look no further than InMotion Fitness Center and Outpatient Therapy at Fairview Haven in Fairbury, Illinois. Our highly skilled therapy team will guide you through proven and effective exercises to help you regain your strength, movement, and mobility, all with our renowned level of love and care. Live your best life. Call our therapy team at 815-692-6724 to find out how we can serve you today. Choosing insurance can be complicated and daunting. That's why you need to call Pam Deaton with Health Markets. Pam will help you with all of your insurance needs, including health, life, vision, dental, and disability insurance. She's consistently been one of Health Markets' top national agents over the years and continues to earn great reviews from her clients. If you or a loved one needs to find the right insurance plan, you're in the right hands with Pam. Call her at 309-287-3518 to see how she can help you today.
So we did a lot of grieving. It took us a lot of time to actually decide that we were going to rebuild, but we did have a lot of support early on. The community really wanted us to get it back open, and there was a lot of donations and a lot of individuals that were doing fundraising for us that we didn't even know was going on. There's just a lot of support, and the more we heard about it, and the more we grieved and the more we missed it. It was probably August, so it was a good 4 months probably before we actually were
ready to move
forward with it. Like 100%.
yeah, the fire day, the day of the fire was probably like the worst, one of the worst days ever for my family. It was awful.
What was it like?
It was honestly like you were watching a family member die or something. Like the fire was devastating. It took the whole building. And it was just like one bad thing after another. It was a super high wind day, and the fire started on the south end, and the wind was coming out of the south. And so it just like kept, the firefighters tried, but they could not get it out because it was just so strong. It was like 40-mile-an-hour winds that day. So it was just like awful to watch. And my whole family was like there immediately, and longtime customers, everybody's there just like bawling their eyes out. It was just awful. So yeah, we could not decide if we wanted. We're like, it will never be the same, like it was so unique. And obviously you have not been there yet, but if you had ever been there, it was a very unique building, very old building. The building had been there since 1929, the front part of it. So a lot of memories there, but we're hoping, we've obviously come out of the grieving process, so we're hoping that new Gables, we're keeping it as close as we can to the old. But, we're going to bring in some improvements that people have always wanted, and we'll just make new memories.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And feel free to, were you going to say something? I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to say, we want to make some updates, that we have been dying to do. But we want to keep the classic feel as much as possible, keep it kind of country feeling, and we don't want to modernize it by any means. But, it was a unique building because you could walk in and watch someone cook a burger for you, and then go around the corner and you see a grocery store, and then you see your cooler, you can get your packaged liquor, and go over here and get your bait. And it was a very unique place, and it was like that for a long time.
Yeah. We're going to keep a lot of that, though. You're still going to walk in the same way, and we are going to have more of a longer section of bar. It will actually L around instead of just being a straight bar across. But you're still going to see your burgers being cooked. There's still going to be booths for seating. There's going to be one small grocery aisle, just one, for all your boating and fishing, necessities, or those moments where you forgot something if you live at the lake, because that's one thing I miss the most is, oh crap, I don't have this at home. Sorry. And and I need to now go to town. But luckily Hudson got a Dollar General, so that helped. But yeah, it's just going to be more of a restaurant, and a lot of people have wanted us to, increase our cooking speeds at times. And we had gotten a pretty good grasp on getting a lot faster because we added more staff. But we also have room for another grill and another fryer. So that's going to be huge. And everyone should know that we have made at least 3 stalls in each of our bathrooms instead of one tiny little bathroom that everybody always complained about, and there will be heat in those bathrooms, unlike the other ones. So see, small improvements, right?
Yeah, those sound like some big improvements.
Yeah,
heated. Gosh, it gets so cold here. That would really stink to be in a bathroom that's ice cold. Is it going to be hard to find people to fill these positions, though?
I am worried about that. That's our biggest concern next.
I assume it will be tough. I know quite a few people in the industry, and they're all struggling still. I don't know when that will change. We're bringing quite a few of the same employees back, but I think we were kind of going over it the other day, and we're going to need about 18 new hires to fill shifts.
18, wow.
So
possibly more. I keep wanting to add a few more than he does, so we'll see.
Yeah, so that could be tough. That could be a problem. And that's the last thing we want to do is open and then be short-staffed.
Right.
Yeah, we want to open it and we want to kill it.
Yeah.
Well, you could kind of use this show as a bit of an advertisement for that if you'd like. So who are you looking for?
We definitely need strong, fast, motivated people,
Sorry, we heard something. I don't know who that was. That might have been me. Not sure. Maybe Siri picked. Anyway, please continue.
We are a fast-paced environment. That's for sure. So it takes a unique individual. But we just need, fun, motivated, energetic people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we have positions from, technically they can be 15 with a work permit. All the way up to any age, really. We can have younger people be bussers, or we're going to have a hostess now. Oh, yeah. And we're going to actually answer the phone. That's something that always drove people nuts, but we never had enough staff to be able to answer the phone and serve everybody that was coming in the door. So that'll be huge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was tough. Through the COVID days, the phone just would ring off the hook, to go. And we were just so busy inside. We've always been packed. So it's always hard to answer the phone, and made it even tougher with COVID, because everybody wanted to call and get a to-go order. So now we can basically take to-go orders electronically, and they can come in now, and we'll have a warming cabinet for the food, and they can just pay online, do their order online. We'll put a bag in a little warming container, and they can open it and take their to-go order, and it's all paid for. They don't have to sit there and wait for a person to acknowledge them and pay and all that. So that'll be one
Very smart.
nice feature, because everybody coming to the lake, or doing their fishing or going to just sit at the picnic table and hang out, they no longer have to wait so long, come in and order in person and then wait 40 minutes for their food and stuff like that. So that should be a real nice feature.
Yeah, we are very excited to offer that.
That's going to be awesome. If restaurants aren't doing that now, post-pandemic, they might get left in the dust.
Right.
So that's genius. Great idea there. One thing we mentioned before the show started was you are a teacher at NCHS. Mm-hmm. Is that going to be hard balancing that? Are you going to continue being a teacher or what? If you're a business owner who wants more business, you need a great website. It's where people first interact with your business. That's where Brand Buddy out of Pontiac, Illinois comes in. Brand Buddy makes your entire online experience a breeze. Whether it's building a fully functional and visually stunning website with custom tools and buttons, or designing sophisticated advertising campaigns, Brand Buddy is the one-stop shop for your business. At Brand Buddy, an expert developer will listen to your needs and visions before building what you need. If you want to boost business and grow your online presence, call or text Brand Buddy today at 815-743-3074. I love pizza, especially pizza from Marchelloni's Pizza in Fairbury, Illinois. Experience Marchelloni's Pizza and their famous cheese nuggets for an amazing price when you order today. If you call them up at 815-692-4602 between 4 and 5 p.m. and order a pizza, you will get the second pizza of equal or lesser value for free. Restrictions apply. You can even pick up that order after the 4 to 5 window and still get that happy hour discount. As a pizza connoisseur myself, I will proudly say that my favorite barbecue chicken pizza comes from here, so check them out. 815-692-4602 and pick it up at 405 East Locust Street in Fairbury. They're open 7 days a week from 4 to 9 p.m.
The plan is to continue being a teacher. I love teaching. That's like my passion, I would say, and Gables is my life. So it's always been my life. So I ideally want to try to keep doing both, but it is a lot to juggle. And it was a lot to juggle before when we were smaller. Now we're anticipating being larger. So we'll have to see what's on the horizon for the next few years. But I do intend to keep teaching for now and see how it goes.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful. All right. One thing, it seems like, from how I see it, it's probably going to be all about systems, right? Am I correct in that? Like having Green Gables be a well-oiled machine, having systems like the carry-out system. You pay, you don't have to bother anybody, here's your food. Just making things easier, the multiple grills even, the hostess or the host or whatever. Mm-hmm. What's going to be the key to your guys' success?
Honestly, I think it's going to be the employees. Can't run it without them, so...
We have always been super blessed throughout the years to have an awesome staff. And that's why I said I'm most worried about that, because a lot of our staff has since graduated college and they've all moved to different areas, and we're going to lose a lot of those college-age kids. Hopefully we can recruit some more. Mm-hmm. But Gables is Gables because of the staff. Yes, us being owners helps, right? Our family has strong ties, but people come out to see the staff too, Mm-hmm. We've always been like a homey environment. So,
yeah.
I'm hoping we can continue that. But it's going to be,
Yeah, that is one culture we're going to have to keep, and get the employees in there and are bringing people in, creating relationships with everybody. And, that's what makes the world go round. So,
right.
If you don't have those customer relationships, then you're going to be hurting. So getting the right people in to do the job is going to be key, especially we're anticipating it being balls to the wall for a while when we open. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
That phrase.
Yeah. The teacher, I can tell you're a teacher. That's pretty funny. No. Well, one thing I had on the show not too long ago, the owner of the Chick-fil-A right across the street here in Normal, and he said that one of the biggest aspects of everything they do, of course, they sell tons and tons of food and chicken sandwiches, etc. He said it's all about the customer relations. I mean, even for this giant chain store, they're always packed, and people, their biggest compliment is not necessarily their chicken sandwiches, which are good. It's how polite and how kind and how friendly their workers are. So I would imagine in the restaurant scene, like the small mom and pop places like Green Gables, that's probably extremely the case, right?
Absolutely.
It's all about the service, all about the friendliness.
Yep. Yeah, you want people to come in and feel at home,
Yeah.
you know.
What kind of vibe does Green Gables give off, or do you want to give off? If I come there for the first time, what do you want me to experience and say about the place?
We've always been a family-friendly establishment. That's like been our thing. And you come for a good burger, so come hungry, leave happy. That's the goal.
Yep. And just a relaxed, we want customers to come in and be relaxed. We've always been kind of a melting pot of customers. You got lawyers and you got bankers and you got mechanics, and everybody comes in with the same idea. Have a beer, have a burger, relax, and just enjoy yourselves. So that's kind of what we want to keep going.
The kids always roam free there
Kids
and
roam
play
free.
like pool or some of the arcades. We're bringing all that back. We'll have the claw machine. I know some people might be going, oh, no, not the claw again, because the kids are always at that thing.
Yep.
And, yeah, we just it's an inviting atmosphere. You come, you stay a long time, and that's what we've always
Yeah, and we don't put a time frame on your table. There's no like, in 45 minutes or an hour, try to push you out, to get another table in. We want you to come and relax and, have a meeting there, or, you haven't seen your best friend for a year or two, come to Gables, hang out, enjoy yourselves. It's a key thing.
You truly want people to feel welcome. Just like if you came into a nice, welcoming home, they wouldn't be trying to kick you out kind of discreetly.
Right.
They'd make you feel like you'd stay as long as you'd like.
Yeah.
It's a rare thing to find in the restaurant scene, that's for sure.
Yep. No reservation still, so it is first come, first serve.
Yeah. But you'll have a hostess to help you, so there won't be any more like eyeing other people down that walked in like a second after you to see who's going to get the first open table. There will be somebody to help now, so that'll be good.
Okay. All right. Well, wonderful. How much, if you don't mind me asking, you can decline this question. How much money did you have to raise to get going on this again?
The money we have raised so far is about $25,000 off of fundraisers and donations, which is awesome. People have been awesome. I go out to my mailbox and we find a donation from another person that lives across the lake or something. And I'm like, oh, people are just great. They want it back. Is that enough? No. Have we already spent it on getting the zoning applications in and getting everything drawn up? Yes. So we still have to take out a loan. The loan is going to be about $1.2 million. Yep, that's terrifying, and I am losing sleep over it already, but it'll be fine.
It couldn't have been 900,000. It had to be in the millions.
Right?
Wow.
I know, and we just didn't ever dream it would cost that much to rebuild it. We're building the same size building because we can't build anything bigger with our lot size. Our lot looks big if you look at it, but we have parking and we have a septic field, so we can only build it in this one area.
We could go up, but
we could go to a second floor, but we're not going to right now anyway. But but it's it's a little scary, a little frightening taking out that huge of a loan, but it's just the cost of everything right now, and of course interest rates aren't spectacular either right now for loans. So but it'll be great. It'll be all new. Everything will be fine, right?
That's right. That's right. The community's got to show up, tip well, eat good stuff, buy the expensive stuff on the menu. I'm sure they're excited for that opportunity to help out. But what does the timeline look like here?
Yeah, the timeline is still up in the air, but we're getting closer. Expect to break ground here in May. At least somewhere around that time frame, and our goal is to be open around September, and it might be October, but it'll take about 5 months to build the building. So whenever we do break ground from that point on, Equipment is still having some lead times out there. Can take a little while to get some equipment in, so we might be at the mercy of that. But and then of course the hiring part. If we come a month from getting open and we don't have the staff, then might have to delay a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
There's just a lot of factors, but we are getting close. A lot closer than we were a month ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there any pressure from the community?
I have an unread message. Well, I saw it, but I haven't read it already from another person. When are you guys going to start building? That's a common question. I need to just put an answer out there as an automatic response, I think, on Facebook because I'm like, I don't know. We were hoping the first weekend in May or first week of May. That's when we had scheduled it, but it's just, everything takes time. We're waiting on the architects. We had just gotten it to the architects, so they got to look over our plans and approve it, and then we got to finish up the bank loan. That's when we signed for all that, and then it's here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Let's
Get the building permit.
The ground going.
Yeah, we're getting to the I'll say exciting part, I guess, because we're that close to starting. So
yeah,
it is exciting.
It is, and we were having fun. We were looking at booths the other day, like, oh, let's get this one. This is cool. This looks like Green Gables. So we're having fun picking out this, little. The fun things, the decorating part, that's the fun part for me.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I'm excited for that.
Yeah, what are your favorite parts of this whole thing?
None of it yet, Kyle.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, right
His
now is
face.
not the time to ask what's the best, most fun part. Because it sounds like an incredibly stressful, hardworking, no fun, no rewards yet type of time in your life. But, of course, that's what comes before the best times.
Yeah, man,
I'd say your dad has had more fun with it than anything. Kyle's dad has been a construction contractor, I should say, for years and years. And he's built hotels and restaurants and all kinds of things. So we are so blessed to have him. And he actually did all the renderings of Green Gables, like all the drawings of our new one. And he's had a ball with it.
Yeah, he goes, he's very detailed and he enjoys it.
Mm-hmm.
That's his thing. So we are definitely very blessed to have my dad do that for us. And, I guess the most rewarding part at this point is just hearing about how many people want it back. They know we're close.
Yeah.
So getting all the calls and texts and just having everybody behind us is probably been the most rewarding part about it.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's stressful. There was a time frame where we even thought we were going to maybe have to do something else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's hard to ask for a big loan from a bank when you were the newer owners of a restaurant. Restaurants are considered like one of the highest risk investments for a bank, but we had some luck with a local bank, so that's good. But my favorite part is going to be, which we only just started, but picking out all the
doing the interior
furniture.
design work.
Yeah, that's my mojo. I love that stuff.
Incredibly important stuff.
Yeah.
that makes a restaurant.
Yeah.
It really, you talk about being homey and friendly.
Right.
That's interior design right there.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. We definitely don't want to modernize it. And
No, we found some of the old bush lights on eBay that used to be in all the booths, and we were looking for like all the old stuff that we had in there because we had some really cool old light fixtures in.
Yeah, we lost quite a bit of old antique stuff.
Yeah, but we're trying, and we have somebody willing to donate another Spuds McKenzie, and we always had a Spuds McKenzie. Do you know what Spuds McKenzie is?
I've heard it from my brother, who's about your guys' age, but I have no idea really what that is.
It's the Budweiser dog that was in all the commercials, the Dalmatian. I guess. Is he a Dalmatian? I don't even know. He's some kind of Budweiser dog, but he has a spot on his eye. He's a white dog, but it's...
Yeah, I think it...
I don't think he's a Dalmatian.
Not a Dalmatian.
But
it'll come to me here.
Yeah, but they call him Spuds McKenzie, and he always sat behind the bar, and we always decorated him at the holidays and stuff. So we have a family in Hudson that reached out and we're like, we have it. When you're built, we'll bring it. So they have the same one that we had. So that's cool.
Yeah,
That's
we
wonderful.
had a fundraiser at Epiphany Farms, and some people got together and we got a stained glass Green Gables light that we had up in the original building.
Yeah, we had that behind the bar. They
so
remade it.
They remade it for us. We've had just all kinds of little things like that. The fish, the old carp. Someone had made us a new carp. That was a big deal. I mean, from what I have heard from a few people that I have talked to, that they have gone to the old fire and scrummaged through trying to find that carp. Multiple people, hoping that it wasn't burnt.
Because the wall that the carp was on was still up.
It was still
It
up.
was the only wall left standing, but there was nothing left on it. But yeah, they remade it. Remade one very similar, which is hilarious, like a carp mounted on the wall, like the ugliest fish ever. But people always loved it, and it was huge.
Yep. So the stained glass and the carp are coming back. Spud come back, and we're trying to search for an old Budweiser menu.
Oh, the menu boards?
Menu boards were old, and they were cool. Those are hard to find.
Yeah.
So,
It's going to be quite the nostalgic trip when this place finally reopens. I'm sure so many people, well, apparently they are. They're messaging you like crazy, are just so ready for this to get back up and running.
Yeah. I can't wait for opening day. It is going to be so fun. It's going to be awesome.
And have you officially announced then that rough estimate of your opening day being in September, October, or is this
say
kind of...
you're
We
the
were
first-
hoping.
First one to hear it right here.
Yeah. We
Let's
were hoping
go.
Labor Day. That was the goal, but I don't know now.
We were hoping Labor Day, but
Yeah.
it's probably going to be October. You know, I guess there's still a
That's
small
wishful
chance we could
thinking.
do Labor Day, but yeah, if we get open before Christmas at this point, it's a win.
Yeah. Worst case scenario, you do some like Christmas time grand opening. Everyone's feeling charitable, maybe, and that'd be great.
Yep.
Let's just hope it's another mild winter for our opening, right?
Yeah. Oh my
If
gosh.
that's what it is. So. Yeah.
Well, as we get towards the end of this conversation, is there anything that you'd like to tell the fans of Green Gables and everyone who's excited for this opening and wants to know more, or just is there anything you'd like to say to them? Maybe a thank you or anything.
Absolutely. Thank you, everyone, for all your support and reaching out, and for all the stories. One thing I'm kind of excited about that we are planning on doing is looking back at all the posts that people made on social media of their memories of Green Gables. Like, we had asked people to do this right after the fire. And if you haven't and you want to add, just post away on our Gables page. But I'm going to take those memories and those pictures and make it into wallpaper. There's this website that lets you create wallpaper out of like images that you send them. And we were going to put that on like the entryway wall so that you can see like all the history of Green Gables and people's memories throughout. And
Wow.
I'm really excited for that. So if you have those memories or pictures you want to share, send them in. I'll get
please
you
do.
added. Send them in just through our Facebook is fine. It sends it straight to me and Kyle, so we'll get it either way. So, but yeah, the community support has been amazing. Every single fundraiser we've done, people have showed up. We had like 1,000 people at one of them, and that was like the first one when we had Brushville come play. That was amazing.
Epiphany Farms was
Epiphany Farms was the very, very first one, and that was crazy too.
that was crazy.
So we will be back this year. We're coming.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, there you have it. Well, thank you both so much for coming on today. It's really been a pleasure talking to you, and I'm excited to try Green Gables, admittedly, for the first time, but I've heard about it for my whole life.
Yeah.
You know, I just haven't been in the area. I grew up in Fairbury, Illinois, so I never made the trip down here. But I can't wait. This sounds amazing. There's so much rich history behind Green Gables, and I know that I'm not alone in being excited for this. So good luck to you. And everyone watching and listening, do what they said. Send a picture in, post it on their Facebook, send it over to them, and get ready for, hopefully, September, October, maybe around Christmas. Who knows? But
Green Gables 2.0.
Yeah.
there we go. Green Gables 2.0.
Thank you, Paul. Appreciate having us on.
Yes, thank you.
Of course, the pleasure's all mine. Thank you, everyone, for watching and listening to this episode of The Paul Garcia Show. Until next time, God bless and have a great week.